for that to solve like the Harry Potter info in the way we're doing it can only help, isn't it?
I always said this with me, I'm not going to get here long. I think Carl's on point. With all this, with the issue of divine portion of the human body and birthright theft,
It was
your mum and
hard.
dad, your mum and dad decided in the situation to give something over. The church is definitely involved in terms of that. I agree with Carl on that. Well, there's three titles created. I know there's birthright, there's the birthright issue, the legal title, and the equitable title, which Carl's already mentioned already. He's already mentioned ours. He's spot on. That's where we've got at as well. And we know that with what he said, and I've got to agree with him on this, that you're only going, everything, the equitable title all works in the legalese. Well, Carl's right. The legal title the government have, which kind of works on, like Carl said, on another level. And then the spiritual level, I call it, is the Vatican level, which is where the birthright is going. That's the one where I've got to agree with Carl. There's definitely, especially when you look at what's called convocation, and where the picking of the soles of the feet. Me and Carl know about this. That's the most important one. That's definitely that's where it's like. Go on, Carl, go ahead. Me and you, this is where that's where the root of it is, because I've got the actual forms here. I've actually got some forms that a nurse gave me, and it's got the blood stuff on. It's definitely to do with the pricking of the soles of the feet. It's definitely the divine portion of the human body, and it's definitely ties you definitely down at the soul level. That I can definitely confirm. That I already know. The issue is what Carl's going for is he's saying, as a living man, he's claiming back, well, he's basically saying as a living man, as far as that's what I'm looking at. As a living man, he's saying he's competent to run his own estate. And he's kicking these bastards, these parasites off his estate, in a nutshell sense. That's exactly what everybody wants to do. Yeah. Once you are consciously aware of what's going on, which is what Carl's talking about, the biggest battle has always been down here for me, but metaphysical level has always been for the mind. Once the mind is free, no matter what realm's coming with, well, what legal, whatever fuck what they're coming with, I don't care for. They're the fraud from the get-go. Once you know you've got your dominion over yourself as a living soul, that's it. Outside of that, they're parasites. So as far as you're concerned, you're kicking them off your estate. You know who they are, and you kick them off your estate. But go ahead, Carl. I want to speak to you later on, but I want to take up too much time. But I'll wear you up.
No, that's good. Thanks for that. Nice to hear you, man. It's nice.
Yeah, nice.
But the thing about it, this is what I'm talking about. There's studying. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to hear. Man is studying. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody is studying. But when a man start talk spiritual as well, then you know a man's studying and reading book, man. Seriously. Sorry, I have to say that. Nice to hear you, Dale, man.
Yeah. No, me and you went down this one was last one I called a while back, and we're pretty much at the same place because we knew where it was back then, Carl. This was ages ago when we had BB on. We knew back then.
Of course.
It's definitely on the spiritual level, and it's definitely, and because I've actually got the forms, when I do come down to London, Carl, I'm going to see if I can actually bring them with, because the nurse gave me the actual forms. I've actually got the original forms that would, for instance, if they were filled in, those forms would be the ones that be sent off, and it's got like a green thing in it. It's got like pink, and it's got green, pink, yellow, and something else. But basically, I've got the actual forms, so I know what the forms look like.
I've got,
you know what I mean? So I know what they look like, and that's what they're filling out, and that's what they're sending up. But go ahead, Carl. But that's what they're sending off. What it is that you're talking about. Go ahead.
Phil, quickly, you mentioned before about your friend who got that other's baptismal certificate and the judge couldn't touch her because she'd just get the priest involved. Remember?
Which one you talking about?
That the one that they give you in the church, the life certificate or something, and then they can't touch it. They couldn't touch her.
Right, I don't know what you know about any baptismal certificate. They've got again, this is still three titles. You've got the baptismal certificate representing the soul. You've got the legal form which the government has, and then you've still got the equitable title, which the birth certificate itself, right? So you've got three. We know they're operating the height width depth. That's your 3D space that we're in right now. Although we're speaking in 4D because we're speaking ether, so that's 4D anyway. So with the three three titles, the most important one, and this is why I'm with Carl, is this the one that he's talking about, this one with the name on. Not the Christian one, just this other one with the name on, because that one that is created is how they're running the council doing it as well. It's how they're running the estate. If you're getting hold of that particular title or whatever it is that's tied to your soul, that's the one we all need to be getting hold of. That's the one they're hanging on to specifically.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know it's Bonaventure. Yeah, that's right. They've been doing it since I think 1455 under one of these first 62k. But I've done them all anyway. But it actually goes back to what happened in 1213. Because actually, when we was the original common law country, the people was living and they weren't fucking on this legal shit until what happened with Archbishop Stephen Langton and the Pope. That's when the vassals got created into the vassalage, and then that's what they started to do with QAV. Started back then. In fact, the way it goes back to 325 AD under Constantine, under the Council of Nicaea, when they made the church a body politic. It's all to do with the history of corporation. Me and Carl have covered all this. What Carl is going for and what he's aiming to get is where people should be. We can't get caught up in all this other stuff. We can't keep moving around and all this other stuff.
Adele, it's unum sanctum. That's what it's called. Unum sanctum.
Yeah, you know about Pope Boniface, that's fair enough, so I'm not talking about that. This country, I'm talking about this country specifically in the Albion. When we had original common law, this look back to William Conqueror in 1066. When we got back to the original common law, was living men and women. Due to what stupid King John did, and they got involved with Archbishop Stephen Langton, and they had the lordial titles to land, and people were living on common law and all the rest of it. When the tribunal happened in 1213 and the king got in all the debt, they brought the law of Mortmain, the dead man's hand, so the people couldn't pass their land onto the church. The land got passed onto the church. The people then converted to the vassals, and then eventually, a bit further down the line, Unum Sanctum was created by Pope Boniface. You've got Aeterna Regis in 1455. You've got Romanus Pontifex. You've got Convocation, and you've got what's the other one? There's one more. There's one other one. There's another one. There's one other one. But they're all papal bulls. It's all done by the church. But this still gets back to what Carly said. Let's keep it basic. It's still tied down to the spiritual level, which is